Hey guys, my name is Dolph and we are here on the Lost Ark closed beta server currently. I'm on my Gunslinger, which I said I would play in the beta, and I actually did. I did do a 12-hour stream leveling this class up, and then I spent some time collecting resources and doing all the islands and stuff, getting here to Rohandel and doing the raids. I'm currently in the process of doing the second part of the Rohandel Abyssal dungeons, but I've done the first 3 times already with a friend. It was a lot of fun. It's actually going to be uploaded here on YouTube. I'm going to be talking about the raid mechanics that the raid has, and just quickly going over like how you can complete it basically even with random players. However, this video is not about that. The things I wanted to talk about is basically just my beta experience so far. Of course, it's like very close to the end already. And the second thing I'm going to be talking about is basically what's to come on the channel currently, what are in the plans and what I'm actually already working on. So let's start actually with my beta experience so far. Let's talk about first the voice acting actually. The voice acting so far has been phenomenal. Like it's just such a nice little breath of fresh air. Like it's so much nicer playing this game with actual voice acting, like when you go up to NPCs who actually talk. I might have the dialogues turned off. Let me actually check quickly. I actually don't. So sometimes NPCs talk to you and it's like so nice to hear them speaking English. No one actually talks here, but it's fine. Point is that it's like so nice after playing on the Russian server for so long that you can actually understand what the NPCs say, and all the cutscenes and all the dialogues, all the voice acting is it just gives a nice feeling to the game, you know. You get a lot more immersed. So yeah, the voice acting absolutely great. Let's talk about gameplay. Actually, leveling to 50 was basically the exact same when I did it the first time. Of course, you go through this continent, Retravis, Lutera and all the good stuff. It takes about 6 hours the first time you do it, if you like know what you're doing. If you don't, then it can take longer. Of course, then you go through the rest of the story, and I actually spent a little over 12 hours leveling this character to 50 and arriving at Northburn. It could have been faster, like I of course took, I don't know, 2 or 3 food breaks. I didn't want to stream on an empty stomach, so it could have been a tiny bit faster, but Gunslinger is a pretty decent class at like doing the leveling process. So what did I do when I hit 50? Basically, I actually learned that all the islands, basically all of them, give you a whole lot of like an unreasonably large amount of upgrading materials, which is basically just broken. That shouldn't exist, not even in the beta, but I guess the reason it existed in the beta is that you can actually experience all the content in the game in this time interval of 1 week. I would imagine that that's the reason why they did this, because basically when you complete, I don't know, Turtle Island, maybe, well yeah, Total Silver Island, Pond Island is super broken, so yeah, you do all these islands and they give you a whole bunch of upgrade materials, and all you have to do is get back to town and upgrade your gear and get to Rohandel basically. That's what I did, and I got my gear to 573 actually, just yesterday. All I did basically was the islands, and I of course bought most of the stones that I can in the Mori's secret store, because what is actually worth buying is these pouches which give emeralds, and of course the Guardian Stone fragments. The rest are basically just scams, but I actually ended up buying the Harmony Leap stones, at least the 10 packs, not the 5 packs, because they are way too expensive. So I did have to buy some of these as well. And you use these of course to like enhance your character, but most of the deals here are actually a scam, so it's not really worth buying them if you like look at it in a way if the game was like released. Though there are some deals here that I actually like worth considering. What you need to do is basically just calculate whether you can buy it cheaper here or in the auction house. It's not that difficult. Other than that, I of course did my Chaos dungeons, my I actually skipped the first episode dungeon, which is probably a mistake, but I was just too lazy to do it. And of course I did my daily 2 guardian raids, and what I did was actually enhance my gear to a point where I could do the 4th guardian raid, which is Virtus, I would like to say, the ice thingy, icy big boy. So I could do like the soul harvest on him and get a lot of rewards, and then I did the first 3 without harvesting their souls for the first time completion rewards. That's what I did, and then went to the gear holding NPC and upgraded all my stuff. Did that every day, and I actually ended up at this item level. You can get, I don't know, maybe around 630 or something like that if you like did this every day, but I was basically just being too lazy. This is more than enough than what you need to actually complete all the content in the beta currently. So yeah, everything has been pretty fun. I really enjoyed the 12-hour stream as well. It was pretty rough because I wasn't even listening to my own music. I was only listening to the in-game music and all the dialogue and stuff. I wanted to like experience it for myself. I only actually ended up finding not too many bugs, like 1 or 2. I can only actually remember one of them, which was in Retramis. Yeah, in here there's an NPC by the fountain that you actually talk to. This is the Retramis border location. It's very early in the game. There's an NPC here that you actually talk to, and you basically lose all the audio from your character. Like your abilities don't generate any audio basically. Like you see the animations but you don't hear anything. That's the bug, and how I ended up fixing it is basically just moving locations. Like I think when I entered the dungeon or just went for the next location, it actually ended up fixing itself, so that's how I got rid of the bug. But this, I'm pretty sure, has been reported on the forums, and maybe it already got fixed as well. I will actually look into it, so if it actually didn't end up getting like reported, then I will do it myself. Other than that, of course, there are some known bugs, like getting stuck on the Black Fang's island. I'm not sure which one it is though. It's one of these 3 islands. I think it's this one. You can get stuck here, and if you can't leave, then the only way to actually get off from the island is by manually being removed from the island by a moderator of the game. So that's one thing to keep in mind. And of course there's another big bug. I'm not sure if that had been fixed already, but it's basically you can also get stuck somehow at the 2nd awakening quest, at least at the end of it, somewhere around the end of it. This is actually the reason why I never actually got my 2nd awakening ability. The first one is pretty fine on Gunslinger. It's a really good one. And yeah, basically that's it from the beta. I will be doing the 2nd part of the episode Dungeons in Rwanda, and I will also record it and upload it to YouTube. Not to like necessarily create a guide, but I'm going to do a very simple little walkthrough for you guys who like couldn't experience the episode dungeon itself, and you can like maybe get a bit more familiar with the raid or the dungeon mechanics. So whenever you do it on release yourself, you can have a easier time basically. That's about it for my beta experience. It's been a lot of fun. I will keep playing for the last 2 days, just having fun with my friends. No streaming, no nothing. I did stream like 2 or 3 times, I'm not sure actually, but it's been a lot of fun. And I just can't wait for release. Like, it's gonna be so much fun. Like, I just wanna do my own thing, log in every single day, play for 12 hours and log off very happy. Okay, so let's talk about actually what's to come on the channel currently, like what I have in plans. And the main thing I'm actually working on already is just creating a kind of walkthrough for new players who have absolutely no idea what to do once they reach like 50. We are going to quickly go over how you actually level to 50, maybe include some of my tips that I can say would help a new player by doing their level 50, like what you can skip while you level to 50, what's worth coming back for, and things like that. And the main thing is going to be what you do when you hit level 50, and it's going to be basically a handheld thing. I will tell you every single thing that is worth doing and what you can also do if you had the time for it, and what's like what's worth doing and what's not, like in a priority standpoint, what you should actually be prioritizing. And I'm thinking we will like firstly do After Handle, because that's probably the end of the content that's gonna be on release, like sort of similar to the beta, but maybe just a bit more fine-tuned. And then of course, like I will be talking about all the side stuff, all the collectibles, what you can do with them, why you would do them, how to actually gather all of them. Like the first 20 adventure islands, you can get your compass at 15, and once you get 20 you actually get a greater skill point potion, why you will do all these, and of course how to do them. So yeah, that's gonna be the next big thing on the channel. Other than that, I will be doing some small stuff on the side as well, like doing the abyssal dungeons, explaining all the mechanics there is to them, and maybe some other fun stuff. We will see about that, but I mainly want to like focus on the big projects. So yeah, after spending so much time on Gunslinger, I realized that it's an absolutely great class. I have like actually no doubt I'm actually going to be playing Gunslinger on release probably, but it's not necessarily going to be my main. I might end up starting with Gunslinger just to like get to the end game content as fast as possible and start like grinding all the materials and whatnot. But I might end up maining a Paladin actually. It's kind of funny because I'm not really a support player, but man, Paladin seems so much fun. I will actually have to probably manually level 1 up on my Russian account, so I can actually get a feel to it, like what the gameplay feels like, and I will actually just go from there. It's really not an easy of a task to actually pick a single class as your main. And my approach to that, to like picking a main, is that it doesn't matter what class you start out on, because on release in EU and NA it's going to be very easy and simple to like reroll your main class. Like whatever you make as a first character, your first class, you can just basically make it into an alt, even if you like raise it to plus 15 up to the end of Handle. You can just make another class after that and basically make that into your main, because you will be raising it to plus 15 as well. Then you will have a lot of time to basically raise your item level even higher. Of course, there is like no reason to go above plus 15, like there is absolutely no reason. All the content you can actually do on plus 15 just fine. But if you want to go higher, of course you can. But the best thing you can do is just basically raise as many characters to plus 15 as you can, and just wait for the next big content pack release so you can get going on the next tier faster. And that's basically it. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you also had a lot of fun in the beta, and I hope to see you guys on release as well. And until then, I will keep posting all these videos so you guys can get just a bit more educated about Lost Ark. Thank you guys for watching. Please stay safe, and I will see you all next time.